Hey Homo sapiens and Marbites, welcome back to the channel. I am Rogue Marby Scott and welcome back any new watchers or subscribers. So today I am going to do I did a sketch basically at work, and I, was feeling the sketch and I decided, well, you know what, I'm just gonna make this into a makeup look, and yeah, maybe I shouldn't be sketching when I'm at work, but yeah. I'm gonna try and envision this. Can you see this? You can see it? Yeah. I'm not gonna go completely bald-headed in this video because I don't want it to be too long. But my skin is looking decent. It's very tanned. Yeah, oh gosh, I am actually quite tanned right now, so I'm just hoping that my foundation I snorted. I hope my foundation matches my skin tone at the moment. So yeah, I've been out in the sun for quite some time. Anyway, without further ado, let's go. So I'm going to start off with my brows right now, and I'm just going to try and emulate that brow that I have created in the look. And I'm actually using what am I using today? I'm using the Perfect Slim Super Line by L'Oreal, and it is a eyeliner. So just creating the shape. I think I've created the shape, and I'm going to fill that in with some pencil. I'm going to fill that in with some pencil. They're quite spockish, right? Using the concealer that I use when I'm using matte foundations, which is the Pro Long Wear Concealer in the shade NW45, and I'm just going to clean up underneath my brow. So I have my lenses in now, and I got these from TTDI, and yes, I don't have an affiliate link because I'm not an affiliate, but yeah, putting lenses in my eyes always makes me sneeze. But yeah, I am happy, and we're gonna go in with my foundation. So if you didn't know, I work with children in the summer and I look after them, and I, am part of a play scheme team. And when I was creating this look, I did ask some of the children, what color eyes should I have? So yeah, they chose these. So as you can see, I'm not going in too heavily with it because right now my skin is looking amazing. This lens is getting on my nerves. So I've done that, and I'm just going to lightly go in with my beauty sponge and just make sure that everything goes in where it needs to go and feel hydrated. And I'm going around my lips just because I want the foundation to go on my lips a little bit, just so that when I do put on some lipstick or whatever afterwards, the look is going to be more seamless. Now I'm going to go in with some concealer, and I'm going to go in with two concealers. I'm going to go in with the concealer from Primark, which is in the shade Caramel, and then I'm going to go in with the concealer from Morphe, which is in the shade... Ooh, and what is the shade of this one? I don't know, but it really doesn't matter because you're going to use the shade that you choose. So just go in underneath my eyes like that, mostly in the inner corner and just underneath. with my darker shade of concealer, obviously still being a few shades lighter than my skin tone. Then I'm gonna go in with my lighter one because we want to bring some lightness. Do my fulcrum and use the excess to highlight my chin and then the bridge of my nose. I'm just gonna let that set for a little bit and then we're gonna blend it in. So I'll be back in a jiffy. So as you can see, I'm now blending with my beauty sponge, but just to speak more about this look, I mean, just working with children in general or just having children in your life, like on an everyday basis, when I sketched out what I sketched out, it was more because I was influenced by their energy and their just joy of life. And you know, I love makeup so much, and obviously being a makeup artist, I've got to love it. So I would like to pay homage to all the children that I have ever worked with because, you know, they helped me out with it. Setting my face now with some powder, and the powder I'm using today is the usual powder that I usually use. That makes sense. It's from Black Opal in the shade medium, and I'm just going underneath my eyes more because I want my eyes, underneath my eyes, to be more mattified. And now I'm going in with a Revolution glowy skin highlighter thingy majig. It's lovely. You just need to be careful with it sometimes because it does spot, but you can blend those in easily. So we're going into contouring now, and yeah, I'm using a really thin brush. I didn't want to go too heavy on my nose with the contour, so just to make it like so dramatic that I've actually contoured my nose like I do sometimes for some looks, but this look really needed me to contour and bring back my actual nose shape. I wanted my actual nose shape to show through, so that's what I am doing right now with that tiny little brush. And then I'm going to do my cheekbones because they were also lost a little bit. Yeah, and then just blend that out with my beauty sponge. So just throwing on some blush right now, just to, you know, because this is, for me, I felt like this was a clownish look, like a kind of semi-hippie, funky, casual, alternative clown look. So I thought, you know, it needs some blush, and I'm not going to name, well, the blush that I'm using is from a block from Sleek. So there were like highlighters and stuff in the block. There's like 4 colors and one of them is the red, and I'm using the red mixed with some of the brows. But I don't specifically like to talk about the products that I use sometimes on the channel and just in general, because they will always show up differently on you and yourselves. But if you like how they look and you feel like you've got the same skin tone as me, then, well, you know, do what you gotta do. So I am now actually going in with some highlighter now from my favorite highlighter kit. It's the Glow Kit in Sunbeam. I can't remember, but it's from Beverly Hills, Anastasia Beverly Hills. And yeah, so I'm just highlighting my nose, and I want my tip of my nose to be just so highlighted, because when I want to take pictures, I just want it to just be like, ooh, look at that little cute little tip of the nose. So I think I've got my base now, and let's go on to some eye makeup now. So going in with a concealer that is really lighter than my complexion, because, well, it just needs to be if you want the eyeshadows to look like they do in the pan. So I'm just going to create a circle around my right eye, as you can see, and then I'm going to fill that in with this tiny little brush. I'm just going to keep blending that in, and I was actually really amazed at how good of a circle that I did, if I'm going to be honest with myself, if I'm, you know, blue, toot, toot. But yeah, so this is possibly something, this is really outside of my comfort zone, because I really don't like doing like graphic looks. Not that I don't like them, but I feel like they just take up so much time. Anyway, going in with the, I can't remember the shade, but it will be on the screen. It's from the Intergalatic palette, and I'm just throwing that on, and then I do throw on a different shade just to make sure that there is not too much of a gradient, because I just want there to be just the one color involved. And then now I'm going in with a, what am I going in with? I am going in with a neon liner just to go around the perimeters of that circle that I have on my eye, because if I was going to do a black light, which I didn't, it would have looked sublime, because all of these shades that I'm using right now are all neons. And then I'm going to create triangle or spikes or thorns, whatever you want to call them, with a neon green. So I'm going to do one on the outer corner of my eye, one on the top of my eye, and then I am going to do one at the bottom of my eye, or just around the circle, should I say, just to make it more of a tutorial. But I feel like sometimes, you know, when you're trying to explain something and you can see it on screen, it's a bit like, well, you can see it, so therefore why do I need to tell you? Anyway, going back into the Intergalactic, no, I'm not actually, I'm going into the Wikked palette, the Renaissance palette, and I am going in with the shade, and I'm going to throw this up on the screen to make some spots, but I am going into the shade Vasri just to make those spots, because I am going to be putting some gems on later on, which are going to complement. And then I'm going to put some jewels on this side, but I'm going to do that off camera because I only have one battery. So I've got my jewels on, and as you can see, I'm going in with a liner just to make a tic-tac-toe motion on my face. However, it's got 3 lines, not 2. Yeah, it's like a scratch mark. Anyway, so moving on, going back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Novena cake liners, I am going into the neon yellow, and it looks green on screen, and I don't know if that's my camera or not, but we're making like a splodge terry look onto this left side, which, you know, it just needs to be splash. So as you can see, now I am now going into doing lips, and the lipstick that I'm using is a matte lipstick from Jolie Beauty. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can buy that. Also, it's an affiliate link, so forgive me for that if you're not into affiliates and all of that, but whatever, I do need to make some coins somehow. But yeah, I'm using that lip, and then I'm not going in too heavily with the lip, because I'm going to be putting highlighter on it on top of that anyway, so I don't need to make it look so opaque, because that's just wastage of product, and I don't need to be wasting products because I'm not rich. And this is practically the final look. As you can see, I'm using Beverly Hills again on my lips for highlighter. So Homo sapiens, that's how I got the look, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you soon. I will see you very soon, hopefully. Yeah, and I am working on a series. It's gonna be a mini series. It's not gonna be like Saturdays with Marbs. It's not gonna be like a long period of time. And it's going to be inspired on something that I love and am dear to. Yeah, so I hope to see you soon, and if you don't see the series, then you'll see me. Okay, bye. Rogue Marby Scott.